Kia parata.
O tira kia tātou I tēnei ata tēnā koutou katoa. I rise to speak in the third reading of the Limitations Bill, and I do so following the illustrious and comprehensive presentation made by the Attorney-General last night at every phase of this bill. He inspired us with the majesty of his comments as they relate to the Limitation Bill, and I am aware that all round the country, lawyers, practitioners in this particular field are just on their knees with gratitude that finally, after 3 reports by the Law Commission, we have this bill updating the 1950 Act. And as members of the House will know, who have sat through this debate and enjoyed the technical detail that the Honourable Mr Parker and the Attorney-General were able to swap each other about the length of the long stop period and whether or not there should be the distinction drawn between buildings and other types of claims, and gripped us with the detail that was attendant upon that discussion. We have at last an amending of a bill that has been in place for the last 60 years. It balances the rights of the claimants to bring what they consider to be causes of action, while also looking at the defendants' rights when, after such a long passage of time, the cause, in their view, may have become stale. And so I am pleased that we are at the point in this discussion that we will be imminently able to pass into law, I believe, since all sides of the House are supporting this Limitations Bill. We have had the opportunity, and I think it is apposite and appropriate, that we reiterate the contributions that all members of the Justice and Electoral Select Committee have made to this particular piece of legislation. They have given it the scrutiny, the searing insights that this Select Committee has become known for, as well as the burden of work. I believe our Select Committee Chair, Chester Burrows, reminded the House last night that 17 pieces of legislation have passed through this very hard-working Select Committee, and all members are to be applauded, from the diminutive Miss Pillay to the hulking majesty of my colleague here, of Mr Paul Quinn, who has brought his quick-witted, sharp and incisive contributions not only to this piece of legislation but to all others that come before our Select Committee. Indeed, my colleague Mr Kanwajit Bakshi has also offered his clear and considered and deliberate approach to this piece of legislation, and I have been but a learner at the knees of these colleagues as I have joined this Select Committee, and I am delighted to have learnt so much from them. And Mr Speaker, I will end by saying that this legislation, all compliments aside, really does add to the strong foundation of quality legislation that the National-led government has been navigating through this House. I commend the bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Limitation Bill, third reading.
Call Government Order of the Day number 9.
Insurance